Hi from just outside Twin Falls, Idaho. This is the morning of day 3 of the 50 and 50 for 50. And as I was sitting here eating breakfast and drinking coffee this morning and looking at this beautiful river behind me and Winnie, fully embodying what it means to just be present. It's been a couple days. It's been a doozy. And I won't go into all of that here, but I'm still trying to wrap my, maybe that's my problem. I'm trying to wrap my brain around some things that have happened the last couple days. And I think that is not the solution, trying to wrap my brain around it, which just sounds hard, right? Like forceful. So as I was sitting here and just trying to take in the beautiful surroundings, I'm at a hip camp with this lovely couple and their family that have this beautiful place along the river. And what I was starting to sink into was just the opening to what's here right now in this moment. And that sounds probably kind of woo-woo, and a lot of people talk about just be present, accept what is. So it gets really, I think that message gets really watered down, basically. So I think I wanted to do just a quick meditation this morning. I'm going to try and perk you up so you can see Winnie in the water. But I wanted to do a quick meditation on just opening to what is. Let me take these off so I can see you. Just opening to what is. And why do we want to do that when what is sucks or feels like it sucks? Because the more we resist what is, the harder it is. And again, we hear things like, what we resist persists, and it's all true. But like, let's peel away the layers of cuteness and talk about why that's so important. Is because when we can just open up to what is present in the moment, when we can stop wishing that something didn't happen, or stop wishing that something would happen, or worrying about what may happen, all things that have come up for me the last couple of days, then we're operating from up here, as opposed to from a place of complete and full embodiment, awareness with the body, with all senses. Anyway, I could talk more about that, but this is why I wanted to do just a quick meditation on this acceptance or opening to what is in any moment, even when what is hard and sucks. Because something that has happened or is happening in the moment if we're wrapped up in, I wish this wasn't happening, I wish that didn't happen, not only are we resisting, but it's harder for us to feel what's the wise response here. So anyway, again, this is opening up a big can of worms, but let me take you through a quick meditation on just opening, and try it next time something happens, just even something relatively small. what was something relatively small that happened this morning? I don't remember. I couldn't find something, or, oh, I melted a lid on one of my camp pots because I had a little metal mug that I was heating for water for coffee, and I put a larger lid from a bigger pot on top of that to try and make it heat up faster, not even thinking about the fact that the lid hanging over the edges was going to melt, and it melted. So start with something little, some little annoyance. And I was like, okay, that happened. I learned. I didn't get upset about the fact that it happened. Okay. If you have more questions about that, let me know. But I'll probably try and talk more about that in the future. But for now, start small, start with something little with this kind of practice. So wherever you are, unless you're driving, always that caveat, get comfortable in a chair or lying down. You can even stand. If you're at home or in a park or something, if you can stand with your bare feet on the ground if it's safe, or even sit with your bare feet on the ground, it's just a great way to connect into that energy of the earth. And if it feels comfortable for you, close your eyes, or you can leave them open, maybe focusing on one point softly, not too hard, maybe casting your gaze down a little bit toward the ground. And notice your breath, just noticing how it is. And even with the breath, allowing it to be however it is without trying to make it different or think that you're doing it wrong. You're not doing it wrong. Your body knows how to breathe. There's no right or wrong way to breathe. So allowing, opening up to however your breath is in this moment, from breath to breath. Noticing this inhale. Noticing this exhale. Noticing the inhale. Noticing the exhale. Allowing the body to breathe itself the way it knows how to do. And now bring to mind something not too challenging, maybe something that has been a little annoying or troubling, some minor stress. It could be you lost your keys, maybe you stubbed your toe, something a little challenging that at the time you were like, why did this have to happen? Or why does this always happen? Why is this happening to me? Why does this always happen to me? And thinking about that situation, start to tune in to how your body responds to the memory of that situation. And starting from your head all the way down to your fingertips and your toes, gently scan the body and see, how is the body responding to this challenging situation? Do you notice maybe some furrowing of the brow or tensing in the jaw, tightening up of the shoulders or the back, tightening in the chest, or maybe a heavy, annoyed, angry feeling in the stomach? Scanning gently through the body, noticing how the body responds to this challenging situation. And simply noticing, not trying to change it or judge it or wish that away. Just noticing Noticing where in the body you find contraction to what's happening. That contraction is resistance to what was present in that moment. And notice how even the memory of that, how you bring that into the present and your body responds as if it's happening all over again. So you're creating that contraction and that resistance all over again. This is what tends to happen when we ruminate on the past. We recreate and often amplify and compound the body's response to what it was in that moment in the past, which is no longer here. So we want to start to notice how the body responds to these challenging situations in the moment. Noticing where that contraction really shows up for you the most. And now I invite you to create some expansion. Again, we're not trying to push the contraction away. But like we did in the meditation the other day, we're looking for space. We're allowing even that contraction to be present in the space. And so what we can do is to always, first and foremost, bring your attention to your breath. I know it can be annoying when somebody tells you, just breathe, just take a deep breath. But that deep breath can help calm our nervous system, create some space. And so take a deep inhale in through your nose. Imagining that breath reaching all throughout the body, from head to fingertips to toes. And then gently and slowly exhaling through the mouth or nose, very slowly, like a balloon letting out a little bit of air, slowly, slowly, making the exhale longer than the inhale. And then take another inhale, allowing the breath to expand the body, finding its way into the space in the body. And on the exhale, allowing that nourishing breath, that oxygen to just settle into the body. Allowing the body to soften wherever it can without trying to force it. Just seeing where the body wants to let loose a little bit, let go. And take another deep inhale, inviting in a little more space. And this time bringing your attention on the inhale to that place of contraction, bringing the breath to that place of contraction and inviting that contraction to feel spacious. And then on the exhale, inviting that contraction to soften, to just float in that space. Now let the breath go back to your normal for this moment. And turning your attention back to that space of contraction. Again, just seeing if you can invite some spaciousness into it and around it. Allowing it to be there and float in space. Space in your body, in your tissues, in your bones. That space can hold a lot. All of the human emotions, experiences, sensations that we are meant to have. Allowing it to settle, soften, and be received in that space. And the next time a challenging situation like this happens, remember to first take a deep inhale and exhale. And then notice how your body is responding, the thoughts you're having, the contraction in the body. And then without judging those thoughts or emotions or feelings or sensations, take another inhale and exhale and invite in that space. And allow all of that contraction to settle and be supported in that space. And this can take a second or two. And just see if it can open the door for allowing room for what's happening. And then see how you might want to respond to the situation. Doesn't mean you're going to respond with complete equanimity. It's a practice. But see if it lessens your resistance to what's happening in the moment, allowing you to accept and open up to whatever is here. Now let all the thoughts and imagery of that challenging situation go and bring your attention back to one more deep inhale and exhale. And after the exhale, you can open your eyes if they've been closed. And I'll leave you with this image that we're all kind of floating in this space. Every little tiny cell, atom, neutrons, particles, they're all existing out of and within space. And all the way out to us and our bodies, we are existing in space, within us and around us. I can't seem to turn the camera around. Let me just do this. All of this, Winnie, everything around here. There's space within it and around it. And when we can find that space and float in it, man, it just feels so much better than trying to resist, than trying to basically beat my head against the side of the camper. Thank you. Talk to you soon.